It all began about a week before Christmas. I'm 25 now, and every year, like clockwork, I'd fly back home to spend the holidays with my dad's side of the family. There were always little spats, petty drama here and there, but nothing serious enough to make me think they'd ever shut me out. Then, the day before Christmas Eve, I got a text. Not from my dad, but from my cousin Tara, who usually helps coordinate everything. It read, "Hey, just a heads up, plans changed last minute. We're not doing Christmas party tomorrow. Let's catch up next year." No apology, no explanation, just canceled. I sat there blinking at my phone. Of course I was disappointed. We'd done these dinners for as long as I could remember. Yeah, the vibes weren't always merry, but it was tradition. Still, I tried to brush it off. Plans fall through. People get busy. I tried not to take it personally. I didn't really dwell on it until the next day. I was out most of the day doing last-minute shopping. When I finally walked through the door, my phone was lit up like a Christmas tree. Texts, tags, mentions. Guess who broke the unspoken rule of secrecy? My great-aunt Sylvia. She had gone full boomer mode and uploaded over 40 photos from what was very clearly the family Christmas dinner on her public Facebook. Now you might ask, what's the big deal? Well, Sylvia doesn't know how Facebook privacy settings work, so every photo, every smiling face, every wine glass clink was out there for the world to see, including me. And the worst part? They weren't just having dinner, it was a full-blown celebration. Cheers, matching pajamas, Secret Santa, the whole damn show. All of them were there. Everyone, except me, the girl they forgot. I sat frozen, staring at the screen as the words "coziest Christmas ever" flashed above grinning faces. Kids were tossing wrapping paper, my uncle juggling champagne flutes, and my stepmom beaming at the head of the table. Everyone was there, except me. Something inside me cracked. My hands trembled as I flipped through each photo like stabbing a wound. My cousins goofing off, my aunts showing off dessert trays, even my dad mid-toast. They had lied. To my face. Then my phone buzzed. A message from my dad, like nothing had just imploded. "Hey kiddo, sorry about how things turned out. Let's do something next year, okay? Love you lots." As if that would patch the crater in my chest. My jaw clenched so hard I thought I'd crack a molar. I wasn't just mad, I was betrayed. This wasn't some innocent oversight. It was a clean, calculated cutout. I could see it so clearly now. This wasn't a scheduling mix-up. My stepmom must have orchestrated this from the start, probably with a passive-aggressive smile and some twisted for the greater good speech. And no one questioned it. Not one damn person. Just as I was about to hurl my phone across the room, it lit up again. My dad, calling this time. I hesitated, every muscle screaming no, but I picked up. "Hey champ, look, I know this hurts, but it was really for the best. You've had a rough year. We didn't want to add pressure." His voice was smooth, almost soothing, like he hadn't just ripped me out of my own family tree. My pulse pounded in my ears. I clenched the phone so hard it hurt. "Oh, for the best. You left me out, then smiled for pictures like I never existed. And you think a lazy text makes it okay?" I tried not to scream, but every word cut like glass. He gave a soft chuckle, like this was all a misunderstanding. "You've been swamped with work. We figured you wouldn't mind missing just one dinner. You get it, right? We'll do something next time." That was his excuse, like my absence had been a favor to me. That did it. I'd spent years being the buffer, the peacemaker, the one who laughed off jabs and swallowed slights. But this time they burned the wrong bridge. I didn't explode, I didn't beg, I didn't cry. Instead, I started planning, coldly, quietly, and they had no idea. As far as they knew, I was licking my wounds somewhere in silence, but I was building fire. The next 2 days I barely slept. I was simmering, boiling under the surface. Every photo, every caption haunted me. They toasted to family while erasing me like I never existed. Who does that to their own? But then, something clicked. This wasn't just a ruined holiday. This was years of erasure, of being tolerated but never included. They thought I'd just sit back like always. They were dead wrong. Step 1. Unfollow, unfriend, and disconnect. I didn't want their grinning selfies poisoning my feed. Let them wonder. Let the silence sting. But I needed leverage. So I went back to Sylvia's holiday photo dump, still public, bless her oblivious heart, and saved every post, every staged smile, every hypocritical caption about family love. The evidence was too good. That's when the idea formed, perfect and sharp. I wouldn't hide my hurt. I'd showcase it, loudly. If they wanted public perfection, I'd give them public consequences. I started writing my own post. Not a meltdown. Not a pity party. A reckoning. I wasn't a victim anymore. I was a witness. And it was time the rest of the world saw what I'd been living with. I made it sharp. Dry humor laced with truth. Enough sting to hurt. Enough restraint to make it classy. And I was ready to hit post. This is what I posted. Hey folks, just a quick update from the Forgotten Daughter Corner. So apparently, Christmas at our house was canceled. Or maybe that just meant for me. Because the rest of the gang seemed to be living it up without a care. Champagne toasts, gift swaps, ugly sweaters. Every tradition intact, minus one person. Me. Guess I missed the memo. Happy holidays to everyone but me, I suppose. Family, hookahkers ghosted by blood. I didn't just drop it on Facebook, I went full blitz. Instagram, Twitter, even a cheeky TikTok story, every single one of them tagged. I wanted it to burn into their timelines like holiday karma. I knew this would rip the facade clean off, especially since my stepmom built her entire reputation around being the matriarch of a picture-perfect family. I didn't even have time to refresh the post before my phone lit up. First caller, Dad. Second, my cousin James. I watched it ring, heart racing, and did nothing. I wasn't going to give them my voice, not this time. Then James messaged me. What's going on? Why are you making this a big deal? It's just Christmas. We didn't mean anything by it. I almost choked on my coffee. They were already rewriting the story. I laughed. Out loud. The gaslighting had already begun. I started to type, "Are you serious right now?" But then deleted it. Why bother? Let them sit in their confusion. This wasn't my mess to mop up. A new message popped up, Dad again. This one read, "I don't know what you're trying to prove, but this isn't how we fix family stuff. Call me, let's talk." Nice try, I thought. Now he wanted to talk. I had to hand it to them. The audacity was Olympic level. One post, and suddenly I was the villain in a tragedy they wrote. The victim mask came out so fast it nearly gave me whiplash. I left their texts on read for hours. Not because I was indecisive, because I wanted them squirming. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. When I finally replied, it was a single sentence. Strange. I thought I was part of this family too. Guess I misunderstood. Send. No follow-up. Let that echo. Their replies came in waves. Dad again, James, even my Aunt Maya with her faux concerned tone. I didn't bite. I watched it all unfold like a movie I'd already seen the ending to. By morning, our family group chat was basically a bonfire. My stepmom was furious. "Why would you humiliate us like this?" she texted. I knew this was it. Either they'd implode, or I'd finally take back control. I sipped my coffee and let them spiral. The more they typed, the clearer their guilt looked. "What is wrong with you?" my stepmom typed. "You're tearing this family apart over nothing." "Oh, so now it's something." I snapped back. "Drama?" "Number what's wrong is how you've treated me for years like I'm disposable. Don't flip this and make me the bad guy. You canceled me. Not just dinner. Maybe look in the mirror before pointing fingers." I pressed send and stared at the screen. That message? That was a line in the sand. I didn't feel fear. I felt alive. For the first time in years, I wasn't shrinking. I was standing tall, even if it meant standing alone. The group chat detonated like a firecracker, and I watched every single message roll in without blinking. My stepmom texted, "Wow, so this is your grand plan? Blow up the family over a dinner? You seriously think humiliating us will help?" Then came a text from Uncle Dave. "You've crossed the line. This is not how you handle family problems. Do you know how hard your dad tried to make Christmas work? And you just trashed it." There it was again. The family's favorite trick, flipping the script. They screw up, I get blamed. It was like emotional gaslighting on repeat. I'd fallen for this too many times before, but not this time. I wasn't going to play the scapegoat anymore. Let them choke on their own guilt. Then came another text from my dad, but the tone had shifted. This time, it was soft, almost regretful. He wrote, "Please, just talk to me. We can't keep going like this. You're still my kid, and I love you. But you're pushing everyone away." I sat there, phone in hand, frozen. I knew what this was, a baited hook wrapped in sentiment. But I wasn't about to swallow it, not after a lifetime of second place and silence. I started writing, then rewrote it. This one needed precision. I wasn't looking to explode. I wanted to cut deep and clean. I finally sent. "Funny thing. You say I'm pushing you away, but I thought family didn't exile their own over convenience. This isn't about one dinner. It's about years of being the backup plan. And I'm done showing up for people who never show up for me." I stared at the message one last time before hitting send. The air felt heavy, like something seismic had shifted. Whether they fought back or ghosted me, I didn't care. I was out. A call came through. Dad again. I stared at it and let it ring. I wasn't ready to hear another guilt-laced monologue. Then came a voicemail. His voice was lower, more fragile. "I don't know what's gotten into you. This isn't who you are. Please call me back. We're still family, okay?" The message nearly cracked my resolve. Almost. But then I remembered every whispered insult, every time they left me off the invite list, every forgotten birthday. And then it hit me. I wasn't the problem. I never had been. I'd just stopped pretending everything was okay. So I didn't answer. I muted the thread and just watched from the sidelines as message after message rolled in. They weren't fixing things. They were scrambling to keep their curated image from shattering. Later that night, my stepmom went full PR mode. Facebook status. "It's been a challenging year, but family is everything. I hope we can find peace and reconnect. Love to all." Transparent. Manipulative. Predictable. Classic maneuver. Spin the story. Play the peacemaker. And hope the world forgets she was the one holding the knife. But she didn't know that I had already prepped my next move. She had no idea how far I was willing to go to peel back their perfect little mask. They assumed I'd stay silent. Keep playing the understanding one. But this time, I was rewriting the script. This wasn't over. I had one last card, and it was loaded. By morning, her status was gone. But I had receipts, screenshots, comments, likes, the whole narrative locked and loaded. I quietly messaged every one of her online supporters, church ladies, PTA friends, co-workers, attached the screenshots and said, "Just thought you should see the full picture." And I wasn't done. I posted the screenshots on my own feed, tagged her again, and added, "This is what family looks like when you stop pretending and start telling the truth." She called again. I didn't answer. I just sent a text. "Your PR stunt failed. You don't get to spin this anymore. Let's see how perfect you seem when the mask comes off." The hours afterward were electric. I refreshed, waited, watched. And then, ping. A new text buzzed in. This one was ice cold. No emojis, no love you, she wrote. You've gone too far airing private matters publicly. You've chosen your path. Don't expect to be included in anything from now on. Her words hit like a slap, but not because they hurt, because they confirmed what I already knew. I was disposable to them. And instead of breaking me, it did the opposite. I felt powerful. I had burned the illusion down, and they were choking on the smoke. I let her message rot in my inbox, unread. I had bigger priorities, like not wasting another breath on people who only remember me when I cause a scene. The next morning, I woke up to a notification storm. People I hadn't talked to since high school, distant relatives, church friends of my parents. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion and a reason to reach out. A few messages warmed me up. I had no clue they shut you out like that. You didn't deserve it. I'm so sorry. Finally, validation. But then came the finger waggers. This isn't how you handle family matters. You're ruining your own name. Yeah, because silence worked out so well for me before. But their opinions didn't touch me. I had broken the dam wide open, and I wasn't patching it back up. For the first time in years, I wasn't surviving my family. I was rewriting my role in it. This wasn't about revenge. This was about reclaiming space they'd always told me I didn't deserve. Then my Aunt Carla called, the accidental catalyst with the Facebook album. I hesitated, but curiosity won. I picked up. I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish, she said, voice tight. Your dad is heartbroken. He says you humiliated him. We could have resolved this quietly, you know? I clenched my jaw, holding back the urge to laugh. Carla was clueless about the years of emotional exile, but she still played her part. She didn't get to play neutral now. Maybe next time you think twice before broadcasting a party I was banned from, I snapped. If appearances matter so much, maybe start with asking my dad why pretending I don't exist was acceptable. Silence. I could practically hear her scrambling for a response that wouldn't make things worse. Too late. She finally said, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just thought sharing memories would lift people's spirits. I exhaled sharply. You didn't mean it, but you also didn't care enough to notice who was missing. And now I'm the one carrying all the fallout. She let out a defeated sigh. Look, maybe we all messed up, but going nuclear? It's not fair to your dad. He's really hurting. I let out a short, bitter laugh. Heartbroken? Try finally realizing I don't exist to them unless they need a scapegoat. But I didn't say it out loud. Not yet. What I did say was, if he's hurting, maybe it's because he can't control the narrative anymore. Tell him to stop acting like I'm the one who broke something. I ended the call before she could respond. The silence that followed felt like justice. But I wasn't done. Not yet. That night, I reopened the battlefield, my Facebook post. The buzz hadn't stopped, but I wanted the final blow to echo louder, something they couldn't bury under cliches and fake apologies. I edited the post and added this. To the folks telling me I shouldn't air family laundry, trust me, I get it. But when your family deletes you from existence and sells a lie to the world, that deserves daylight. I'm done being polite while getting erased. Here's your truth. I hit post. No hesitation, no regret. This time, the line was permanent. I leaned back in my chair, exhaled, and smiled for the first time in days. The truth was out. They couldn't unring this bell. Let them try to twist it. I knew people would see through it. My notifications lit up like fireworks. My stepmom's text was cold. You've made your bed. Don't expect us to welcome you back when you come to your senses. Then my cousin Alex messaged, what are you trying to prove? You're destroying everything for no reason. But I didn't flinch. I'd already grieved this family. This was me choosing peace over performance. For once, I didn't feel suffocated. I felt weightless, like I'd shed years of guilt and quiet suffering. I wasn't their emotional punching bag anymore. They tried to erase me? Fine. I'd etch my name into their memory as the one who said, enough, and meant it. I silenced my phone, poured a fresh cup of coffee, and stared out into the snow-covered street. The world was quiet, and for once, so was my mind. Somewhere else, families were sharing desserts, watching cheesy holiday movies, hugging without conditions. I used to ache for that kind of love. I had begged for a seat at their table for years. Now I knew I could build my own table and invite only those who deserved to sit with me. But I wasn't done yet. Not completely. I dug into years of digital breadcrumbs, texts, guilt bombs, manipulation, and compiled it all into one final act. But this wasn't for social media. I sent it directly to the audience that mattered. Every aunt, uncle, family friend, and church buddy who thought my parents walked on water. No spin, no summary, just receipts. Let them draw their own conclusions. I knew what came next. Damage control, denial, a tearful narrative about how I snapped. But it didn't matter. The people who knew me saw through the performance, and the rest? Dead weight. The next morning, my inbox was chaos. Some were stunned, a few apologized. Others doubled down, insisting my dad meant well. Sure, and fire doesn't burn. But then came a DM I didn't expect. My cousin Haley. Haley and I weren't tight. She was the golden girl, always the favorite, always the one I was compared to. But her message hit like a hug. I didn't know. I'm really sorry. If you need family, I'm here, for real. That one message cracked through the cold. It was enough. I wrote back, thanks, truly. Then I went into my contacts and started blocking. Dad, my sister, the flying monkeys, all gone. Just like that, the chains snapped. At first, the silence felt unnatural, but then I realized it wasn't silence, it was clarity. I made pancakes, put on Stevie Nicks, and started browsing flights. Lisbon? Peru? I didn't care where. I just wanted to chase something that was mine. Destination didn't matter. What mattered was, this time, the only person I was listening to was me. It's been 12 months since I cut ties, and I've never been more grounded. Cutting the cord was like oxygen. I spent the last year building a real life. New cities, real friends, peace that didn't come with strings or shame. New job, new zip code, new circle. Friends who see me, not who they want me to be. As for them, let's just say karma doesn't miss. Without their favorite punching bag, they turned on each other faster than I expected. My sister and stepmom went head-to-head over something petty. Shocker. Word got around. Those screenshots? They spoke louder than any sob story. They tried the woe is me tour. Most people weren't buying tickets. A few half-hearted attempts to reconnect slipped into my inbox. I left them unread. They chose distance. I just respected it. This year, I'm spending Christmas with friends who feel like home. No tension, no games, just warmth. And for once, I can say it without irony. Best Christmas ever. No regrets, just peace.